Hey there guys, this morning we're out at a new construction project here in the Prior Lake area. This home in particular offers 7,200 square feet of custom acreage property. It sits on 10 acres here in the Prior Lake School District. Some of the features we have here include some extra gym space for the kids. We've got extra workout room downstairs. We've got a generous master bedroom with master bathroom, kind of a nice walk-in shower feature here as well. We've got a great kitchen layout here. Big islands. We've got big kitchen areas for entertaining for the kids, things like that. So it's very, very important. It's what we do to kind of create those spaces for what's needed. In this home in particular, we also have a pool in the back with a nice patio set up. So we try to get the grades to walk out, from main living kitchen area out to the pool area without a lot of transition and stairs. So just easy access to the backyard makes it really nice and attainable. So here we are in the kitchen this morning. We've got a nice area for dining area over here. Some of the nice features we have coming up in some of the new houses is how the island entertains in the kitchen. So as people gather and they entertain, the islands are becoming a great focus of how people kind of gather and get together in the home. So it's been a good way to focus on some new light in the kitchens as we speak. Very commonly seen, we've got beautiful tile backsplashes are a key component. Nice wide double bar fridges are a key component here. Some of the ceiling details we're starting to see with some of the beam work and the lighting tying things together is kind of a key feature as well. Another popular feature that we're seeing in a lot of the new homes today is the butler's pantry or a backup pantry to the kitchen. It takes a lot of pressure off of the everyday kitchen busyness and clutter and kind of puts that in its own space. So it really keeps everything clean and crisp for whether you're entertaining or just everyday use with kids and family activities. So it's been a great added feature. In this home in particular, because we have a pool out the back, we try to keep a bathroom accessible quickly to the pool for changing rooms, bathing, things like that. So in the design process, it's very key to make sure that we're not traveling or going far to get the bathroom and keeping it close to the pool area. So keeping the door accessible, changing areas, things like that, always key things to talk about as we're designing these homes in today's market.
Hello.
Some of the popular features that we're seeing in homes today are the flooring is becoming really popular with our LVPs, LVTs. It's a luxury vinyl product. Very durable, very cost effective. And we're seeing a big transition from the traditional wood floor to more of that luxury vinyl plank with a variety of options and thicknesses to choose from. We're also seeing a lot of pocket offices, smaller offices for whether it's homework or just quick work details. So to find areas and spaces in the house for what they call a pocket office has been also a very popular feature in today's design. What we like to try and do in our master bedrooms, our owner's suites, is to have walk out to a patio level if possible. So how we work with the land and the house to bring those together so that we can achieve a nice walkout area from the owner's suite can be a nice added feature and bonus to just extending the livability to the backyard and really making the acreage lifestyle come alive so that we can interact with the land that we've got with the house. Some of the nicer features are nice big windows, big patio doors, large enough spaces for different pieces so that the owner's suite feels like a nice oasis. As we transition into the master bathrooms or the owner's bathrooms, a very common theme we're seeing are the tubs with the showers. Sometimes we combine them with what they call a wet room, where the two can become one as one area. More of a spa type feature, very relaxing, very nice. Some of the different shower heads and shower features with diverters and body jets. We definitely go into a lot of detail and depth with our clients to really understand the needs of what they're trying to achieve, so we don't just put something in the wall and then kind of have to deal with it. So definitely a lot of conversation and thought process goes into designing these bathrooms so that people spend a lot of time in these areas. So we want to emphasize a lot of the key features that really work for the individual and not just in a general population. So some of the things we're seeing in today's market is this antique bronze color coming with some of the white detail. A lot of the tile floor designs, heated tile floors, are some of the things to keep in mind as you're designing the homes today. Closets are another big component that a lot of people maybe not realize or understand of how to design closet spaces. Once you move into the home and the day-to-day living kicks in, the closet layouts are very key because it's a daily activity that's done, and how they're organized and how they're put together needs to be thought out. So we take some good time with the customers and clients to really figure out their needs of what they need in the closets, whether it's storage closets, pantries, kids closets, sports closets, mudrooms. There's a variety of things that storage is a key thing in today's homes to keep things cluttered, decluttered and looking good. So a good example of what we're doing is a lot of modular shelving with drawers and different accessories to really maximize the space and efficiency in the closets. Some of the things to also watch out for in a home these days is a lot of ceiling heights, door heights, header heights, things like that. We want to make sure that we have enough headroom in here so when we walk into these homes, we're not feeling very lowered ceilings and kind of have a different feel and approach. So nice tall ceilings, a lot of lighting in the homes, whether it's natural light or lighting itself, really grabs people's attention and just makes it feel more airy and just easier to get around through the home. This home in particular has a guest suite here off the main level for whether it's just aging parents or nurseries for young children. So again, just different topics and different things we talk about with our clients to make sure that the home really lives the whole lifespan as they're here, right? We want to make sure that from whether it's young families to aging parents and everywhere in between, that we're thinking through all the different scenarios that they might get themselves into and how the house can really complement their lifestyle. The mudrooms are also a very, very important part of the acreage living, whether you do have the small kids or whether it's a hobby farm type situation. Coming in from the garages or outsides and transitioning into the regular areas of the home, making sure that the mudroom's that transition piece, whether it's very well thought through, whether it's cabinetry, whether it's a lot of hooks and benches, a lot of spots for cubbies and different things. We really have a lot of detailed conversations about how people live and just give different scenarios of what might come up as they live in their new home and how we really design these spaces to best fit each individual family. Because it's not a one-size-fit-all. Some people will say, hey, I think we want to do cabinets with doors, and then the next guy says, I hate that, we want to do something with hooks. So really having good conversation with our clients is key to making these rooms function for that individual situation. So whether it's doing wood benches, enameled pieces, a lot of variety of different things we can do just to make it work well. I think another area that can be overlooked in houses today are the staircases. We try to pride ourselves on getting nice, wider staircases, getting the layouts to function very well, so that from space to space, from floor to floor, it feels very inviting. Not only that, but also getting furniture and kids up and down these staircases. We understand that shouldn't be tight, it shouldn't be compromising. We should be able to expand those staircases and make it feel like that transition from space to space is really thought through in a good way. As we see here in this home in particular, we've got a great kid kind of play area and just future expansion for different things, right? We can do pool tables, ping pong, foosball, whether it's adding a bar. We've roughed in for different bar situations for future wet bars. So really planning for future. Just because we don't think we need something today doesn't mean that lives don't change, styles don't change, and we just kind of future-proof ourselves in houses today, allowing these spaces to flow and function so we're not locked into a certain particular style or function of that space. Storage rooms, obviously, again, a very key component to acreage lifestyle as well as any lifestyle. You hear a lot of people say, hey, we need more storage, right? We have lots of things, whether it's to keep in, we don't want to keep it in the garage anymore. We don't want to keep paying for storage units. We're going to build a nice home. Let's have everything under one roof. So designing different spaces and putting them in key components or key areas of the home where we're not using good, valuable wall space where we could put a window or a door. We try to tuck them into spaces where they're not quite commonly used and use these storage areas to really emphasize and really capitalize on the unused space in the house and put it to good use. This home in particular that we're walking through, we have some sport areas for whether it's kids or just general activity. We've got a lot of the rubber floors are super common, a lot of glass walls, And keeping those areas cool is also a key thing. So as we're talking HVAC components and talking through a lot of the utility pieces with the homes today, making sure that these spaces are not overheated so that we can enjoy them the best we can. So as we walk through a finished area, I know we were here a few months ago kind of showing you the rough-in stages of this particular room, but seeing as we're getting closer to completion, we're starting to see the nicer floors that we have, the nice rubber baseboards, the pads for the walls. It really becomes its own gymnasium within the home. So very active households capitalize on this. We're seeing a ton of these come in the market today just because the cost per square foot on these is relatively inexpensive for what we're getting, right? So we don't have to go to all the big fancy gyms anymore. We can keep the kids at home. We can keep our activities here at home no matter what life throws at you. So again, just thinking through these concepts and thinking through how these attach to the home because we have a lot of square footage here. So to not make these feel like they're an eyesore in the home and really complementing the home is a key piece of the design of what we can offer in our process to make this a reality. So as we design spaces for young families, older families, as they transition to whether it's acreage style living, we want to try and capitalize on the bathroom space. Obviously, if we have a lot of young kids, having that bathroom space and the countertop space function is very key to just daily living, right? We know with young families, the activity levels and all the ins and outs of how important that bathroom space is. So make sure we have plenty of storage for tall linens. We have good countertop space. We've got enough vanity and sink space. Also capitalizing on large mirrors for the kids, right? Making sure that it also feels more open in here and more bright is also an important piece. And not to say that we can't make the spaces feel very inviting, right? Just because we have young families and things like that, that doesn't mean we can't take that design and implement it into the nicer showers and floors and cabinets. So to have a nice clean bathtub area, fiberglass tubs that are easy with the kids, and have a nice tile accent just to kind of dress it up and make it feel like home, right? So it's not so stale and stagnant. So bringing that design piece into just everyday bathrooms, I think, is a very important thing as we design houses for families. So as we continue through the house here this morning, we're kind of in the upper level of the home today. And as we build these acreage houses, a lot of times we're seeing these ranch styles, right, where we have kind of the main level living with that lower level. But there's situations where we need the extra space. We have larger families, or we just want to kind of capitalize on the look of a home and try to get some space upstairs. So here we have 3 bedrooms upstairs in this particular home. What's nice about this is if we do have small kids, having a second laundry is very important. So even if it's just a small closet type laundry, it's very important to have these with the kids. So we're not, moving those laundry baskets up all the time can be kind of a cumbersome thing. So, just thinking through those processes of how families live, how daily life happens, having these pieces here can really take the pressure off and really help the enjoyment of the home. So talking through these components are very crucial. This particular family, they've got some twins in the family, so we've got a couple of these rooms up here to kind of cater towards that, right? We've got, some great pink tiles, that might not be up everybody's alley, so to speak, but having some of these nice features that the kids can feel like they're part of the home too, and part of that part of the process really helps with that family dynamic, right? To make sure everybody feels like they've been heard, everybody feels like they have a piece to that puzzle that we're building, right? So walking through and sometimes bringing the kids and their involvement, even if it's as simple as paint colors or simple cabinet features or something like that, light fixtures for kids' rooms, they get super excited about those little details, and they're just very inexpensive to make sure the whole family feels involved in that process. So. What we also try to achieve here, as we see some of these, upstairs areas with more living and bathroom space, as we have either more people or younger families with young kids, we try to separate the vanity areas from the bathing and toilet areas. It just allows for more versatility. So to have that in mind as we're designing things can be very important to make sure that we can have multiple people in that bathroom at one time, right? So we're not outside waiting for a cycle of people to come to the bathroom, right? Somebody can be in here showering, we can be brushing teeth, we can be just getting ready with more than one, right? So we can kind of capitalize on that time. So thinking through these spaces and how they function very well is a good part of that design piece that we really take pride in to make sure that the house is functioning very well. As we come down to the main level here from the upstairs, we can see we're kind of getting ready for some stonework on the fireplace as we wrap the house up. But just want to emphasize the open foyer concept, right? So as we come through this glass front entry and we show kind of this magnificent entryway, having a cathedral style vault in here with some nice light fixtures is it's a very unique part of the houses today. A lot of the shiplap or vertical woodwork that we see helps with the linear look of the fireplace to draw your eye up and get the height to really capitalize on that unit. Placing the windows in the great rooms are also very important in orientation. As you see the sun coming in this morning, if you could just imagine being in here, kind of doing the breakfast, getting coffee ready in the morning, and having that morning sun really come into this area, definitely was not done by accident, right? It was very thought through to understand how the sun's going to impact this house at all times during the day. And where we wanted to put that sunlight was a very important conversation when we placed the house on this property. So you can see here how the great room, the entry, and the kitchen are all integral tied together to really capitalize on that flow and function of the open concept. This family was really key on wanting that open design because they have young kids, they have a lot of activity with the pool and all the acreage things that you do, all the fun things you can do on the property. So to make this home feel inclusive, we wanted to make sure the spaces were open enough that we could achieve that here today.